Hey guys and gals, let's start another project, and we are going to be building an outdoor amphitheater. And if you watch my campground installments on my main channel as well as the updates here, yeah, this is going to be part of the campground display that I'm working on. Okay, so this is not going to be too big of a project, just 4 of these. I know that's big for some, but for me it's kind of average. And I got the materials and stuff to make a bigger workbench. So you'll have to deal with this one for a little longer. I just don't have time to get to building the big stuff yet in terms of workbench size. The workbench I'm going to be building, though, is going to be able to accommodate 2 of these, so I don't have this hangover issue. Okay, so an amphitheater. Well, we are in luck. I have some props today for you, and this is actually bigger than I thought. Alright, so it kind of gives me a chance to really think of what I want to do. Amphitheater screen. Hey, you got to have one of those. And you can't have it without a campfire by it. There's the campfire. Here, let me do it like this here. And so let's say we put the campfire right about here. And we got to have a place to sit. So a couple of benches. I'm going to make only 12. That's a small one. Kind of want to keep this about 8 studs away here. Something like that. And I may want to go like this. Probably with 3 studs in between, 3 or 4 studs right there. Or maybe back these up a bit more. I don't know yet. And keep these about 4 studs apart. That kind of thing. Alright, I'm just laying it out right now to kind of get an idea. Now these videos are for your entertainment as well as for me to document what I'm doing. Because I've gotten older and my memory's not as good as it used to be. At least I can openly admit that. And there we go. So that's it. Now, of course, I could just leave it like this and call it done, but that's boring. This is not an open field here, and 2, I don't like this color. This is not what you'd see like in a forest. Okay, so I got 8 of these. I thought I had more. I thought I had 16 of these. No, I only have 8. Well, we're in luck. I don't need to do the whole thing. And for those who know me, you know I don't like to do things simple. And for those who don't know me, you're going to see what I mean. This is going to be on a hill, so let's say I rotate this around. I kind of want, let's do it like this here. So let's say, for example, next time I do it, I'm going to flip these plates upside down. There is going to be some trees back here. Okay. Now, I want to use this for ground cover. Okay. Probably need 9 of these. Well, I only got 8, but we'll have to make it work, but I'll show you here. When I do this, it's going to be on a slight hill. Like, it's going to slope up. Okay, because when I do the seats, sitting them flat like that, everybody's going to be fighting over heads. If I raise up about a brick like that, it'll look like bleachers. Well, it's not going to look good making bleachers in here. Unless I'm making this a soccer field. So today is just rough layout day. I'm not going to press things down or attach things. I'm setting that there. Right here I'm going to have some vegetation. It's going to bleed over on the plates. Kind of want to set this about here. Okay, let's put that right in the center. Well, I can just take one of these out and replace it eventually, but I'll show you here. And I may need to get some more props here like this. So let me go find one more of those real quick. So what I'm planning on doing here, things don't fall on me here. About 8 or 9 studs, maybe right about here would be fine. I want to rotate these this way. Yeah, they're upside down because they'll stick to the plate and I don't want to have to mess with it. So maybe something like this. And I want to bring this up every so often, so I want to keep these 4 studs apart. So technically I'm going to have some nice soft stairs going down here. Probably put some stairs right in between these. Use some angular wedge plates here. And then I'm hoping to raise this thing up about 5 or 6 bricks in the back. And I'm going to kind of taper it off where it's kind of flat here, like straight away. Or just to match the contour of the benches. So it'll kind of be like this. Okay. And I want this to be surrounded. So we're going to pretend that this is on a hill here. Okay. I may not have to buy any parts after all. I'm going to order some more of those 16 by 16 stud plates. Kind of wish Lego would sell those in a pack. But they won't. Now it looks more like a campground, huh? Or a thing. And see, just 9 would be fine, but you know, if you've been on this channel or know my style of building styles, you know that I don't want to just build very simple stuff. Okay? And let's say the back row here is going to be flat. Oh yes, there's tutorials on all this stuff that we'll be using, like the I think we have the picnic campfire ring that's going to be used, which is that, and all that stuff. So a lot of this stuff there's already tutorials for. There's a tutorial for this for members. All right, so I got 2 extras of these. And that's what it's going to look like right there. Now step aside, Mr. Lamp. What my goal is, though, put the campfire ring here, off to the side, right there. There's a lot of space in here. Now, I may end up doing is putting, there'll be stairs here and here and here. I was thinking about doing something a little different, though. Wheelchair accessibility. And if I do, I may back this up a bit more. I want 4 studs back here at least. So right about there. Okay. Something like that. Then I can have somebody who is in a wheelchair can sit here, here, or here. So let's say we decide to do it like this. Okay. And if anybody's ever went camping, you remember these. They were always fun to go to at night. Because if you didn't have a place where there was a television, this was the next best thing. And I always liked these to go into these. My parents didn't like these too much, going to these. Where the ranger would sit up here and talk about things, about the area and stuff, sightseeing. And those were always just cool to go to. And, you know, so I'm trying to replicate that feeling here. Now, there's going to be some other accessories in here. I'm going to put some floodlights in here. I don't know how I'm going to build those yet. And I'm thinking about maybe some sort of a water source, maybe a drinking fountain and a hose bib, maybe over here. And I may end up building a lectern. Don't know yet. One other thing is, how do we get into this? I could leave it open around here, but what I want to do is add trees. Now I have enough to make 17 trees, so maybe up to 4 trees could go in each plate. There's not going to be any trees in this area. This is going to be open. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to taper the landscaping right onto this. So this is actually going to be lower than the ground here along the sides and the back. This part here is going to be going downhill. This is level. So I'm going to probably have this taper into the foliage down here. Okay. So we need to talk about entry points into this. And yes, it's going to get bouncy, so I'm sorry guys. I have to move the camera here. I'm still getting those Jay, it's getting to be too much. I'm sorry, but I'm not doing B-roll footage, and of course this thing's being a turd already. Alright. Why don't you come better prepared, and it won't be ad-lib. The best thing to do is to have 2 entry points in here. I'm thinking about having an entry point here and one right here. So let's say that these right here are going to be my entry points. Okay. That means I just saved myself some time. So I could put like a tree here and a tree here, that's 2, and then maybe put 2 more here. That would save me some trees. Also, in addition, I want to put some boulders in here to kind of make this feel more, secluded. So let me build a boulder right here, just kind of taper it right on here and blend it into the landscape and as well as to here. And maybe put some smaller boulders, throughout. Maybe one over here by the fire ring. And yeah. So, how do I go about starting this? Okay. The first thing is I want to keep these 3 plates here level. And I'm thinking about making this 2 bricks high. Here. Then this right here will be the same height as this, so this will be here. And it works out perfectly because if I make this a Mills plate, I can separate that. Here I won't be able to do it so easily, but I already got that covered. I ordered a couple of 8x8 plates this color too, so I could just weave some stuff in there. It won't be too bad. And I won't need these bigger pieces because I'm going to be tearing it up. So if you can see right here, I'm going to put maybe 3 steps down, flatten it off, 3 steps down here, flatten it off. So it'll be flat where the steps will be right here. So by the time it gets flat, these benches will actually sit in between some slopes. They'll be up just a little higher than the ground level. And it's, if you've ever been to one that's in the back country, some of the state or federal parks are like that. They're pretty rustic. Also, some of them do have a brick wall that they use, and they just use it as tiers, and you sit on the bricks. I can do that. But I want to make this more like a rustic type thing. The benches will be green. This will be this color here. Or I could just use these as yellow. Something that looks more like a camping color. I'm kind of really want to build this because I do miss going to these things. So now I need to find probably 2 more of this style of plate, or maybe more. Well, no. I'll show you what I want to do here. So it's going to be a Mills plate, right? This part here is leveled. I'm going to need to do this. Okay. And let's borrow this one here. And I'll take a screenshot of all this so I know where everything goes. This is just going to be a rough one here. Now I just need to fill in these things. Let me go see if I can find those 8x8 plates real quick. So, in one of my hauls I did buy a couple of these. So now, when I make this, it'll sit there. How do I do the accessories? That will just sit on, this thing will sit on some jumper plates and it'll just snap in place. Okay. But the whole goal about it is I want to separate pieces. Alright. When I get to here, I pulled one of these out. And this is a better visual here. There's going to be slopes here. And I'll put some slopes here right underneath the bench. Okay. And then when I set these in, I can tier them up. So there'll be, like right here, there'll be a slope. It'll drop down here, 1, 2, 3, and then you can walk right in here, and I'll just have some dirt and stuff tapered off with the other things. And yeah, and I got a bunch of these. So this, one thing good about doing projects like this shows me what I need to order. So I only have 8 of these. I think the next haul I'm probably going to order another 4 more, and 4 more of these 8x16 plates. I won't need them for this. Thank goodness for that one. But as far as for the path, though, what I'm planning on doing, let's say I'm using these, it's going to be something very narrow, something maybe right here, and something at the very top. Okay. Like I said, wheelchair accessibility, I just want to have it to where this one here is pretty level. This one up here is going to be on a hill. So yeah, it's going to slope down into this. Okay. And that's pretty much how I'm going to do this project here. And it's pretty cool. I can't wait to dive into this. So I believe in the next installment, when I get some free time here, we're going to start laying out things. I want to build up the terrain. It shouldn't take that long. I just got to prepare the parts because a lot of the stuff that I need is buried right now. So I don't have any more of these. I'll scrounge up as many of these as I can, and some of these 6x plates. And then what we'll do, I think in the next installment, we're going to focus our attention just here on these two mills plates. We're going to do these two here simultaneously. I want to lift this thing up. This right here is going to be a brick and a plate. This one's going to be 2 bricks and a plate. This right here. All right. I want this leveled here. The ground's going to taper, then it's going to drop off over here. Like I said, I want to kind of keep this area level. Now, what I may do to make this look a little more interesting is do this like this right here. Okay? And then just kind of round this off. So I may do that. It'll save me at least one of these. Okay. And just kind of curve it around the back, and then right here, just kind of leave it, and I can just drag the path off like that. Okay. And then we could set this guy here in the back side. I'll pull this out of the way and show you here. So just go like this. So it's kind of swooping around here, and there'll be a hole here to get out, and one here. Little pathways. Maybe just have the paths going like this. And I'm kind of excited to do this. So this part here will be a brick, 2 bricks. This will be 2 bricks here. Here, let me grab this here and I'll show you. Now remember, this bench is going to be like this. I got to think on how to do that, because these accessories, when I build this, I'm going to have to figure out how to do this. There's really no easy way to split this. Of course, if I could do is put these back here, right here. Okay? If I do that and keep these separated, then I can separate things. That's fine. I'm going to have to pull the benches off anyways, or I can split the benches into 2s. It doesn't matter, I can always put those in later. Imagine sticking this in here. There'll be slopes back here. This will be raised up to 3 bricks right here. Okay. Then right here will be 4 bricks. This will be 5 bricks. Okay. Then the ground's going to kind of taper in, so this will be 6 bricks tall here for the ground level here, and it probably may go up to 7 in the corners. 7 bricks, what is that? That's 5, so you'd be like this tall in the back here. So it'll be pretty interesting. So I think in the next installment, when I scrounge up some time, I want to focus on this area first. Alright. Get this tapered off, get this really looking good. We need to level this out, get this ready to go. Once this is done, it's just planting foliage. That's not too bad. And you've seen me do that in other videos. I don't think I'll include the foliage, or I may just do a sample in here. But for this is going to sit on jumper plates, so I can snap that in place. And yeah, so I want to make this easily transportable. I don't have where I'm going to take it, but yeah, I'm already ready to go to these things. These are always fun. I can't wait to build one and see what it looks like in Lego. But tell me what you think so far. If you see anything you want me to do with this, if there's any improvements or just an idea, let me know, and maybe we can see. Let's see what we can come up with.